Welcome, this is Shakti Carola Navran, your online astrologer with your weekly power astrology forecast. So I am an evolutionary astrologer, so I look at the individual chart from the perspective of karma and evolution and soul growth. So the forecasts are meant to interest you, to inspire you to use more of the astrological wisdom as a journey in your life. And I truly believe the more self-aware and self-conscious we are, so more better choices we have. So as an astrologer, I know we all live our charts. The question is just, do we do it on the low end side of possibilities and manifestations, or do we do it more on the high-end side of manifestations and possibilities? So the deciding factor is consciousness. That's the key. So in my weekly forecast, I kind of want to give you a felt sense of what's coming up in the next week, what energies are activated. So it's not about woo, this is happening in the future. I'm not a fortune teller, and the whole point is that the future is not set in stone. So by knowing the general potentiality of any given moment in time, then you have that choice. You have that choice to make well-educated, high-end, lightful, loving decisions in your life. So that's where I try to inspire you and give you a little bit more of an idea what astrology can do and also what it can't do. So the coming week is an interesting one. First of all, on Monday we have the Jupiter in Libra turning retrograde. So far we had a little peaceful time there with retrograde planets. So whenever a planet turns retrograde, then we kind of revisiting former degrees, we revisiting subjects, areas in our life. So we could look at it as we getting a second chance. So Jupiter is looked at the king of the Roman gods, the good fortune planet, the one who wants us to grow, wants us to push out of our comfort zone, wants us to get a meaningful wisdom perspective onto ourselves in our life. So we could say by Jupiter turning retrograde in Libra that the wisdom perspective, the second chance we're getting is in the area of our relationships. So relationships will have that expansion, that supportive energy, and when there is anything unresolved in the area of relationship, now the beam of consciousness, the light will shine again there. And that's the invitation with the Jupiter going into 4 more degrees. So then on Tuesday, Mercury is entering Aquarius. And remember, the Sun is still in Aquarius. I've talked about that quite some. So the Aquarian archetype is about being rebellious, being your own individual, no matter what. So Aquarius is really the force of evolution, the force of change. So we look at Uranus, who's the ruler of Aquarius, as the god of lightning, the god of sudden changes. So we could say it's about breakthrough into a higher level of consciousness. So with the Sun, our consciousness, our life force in the field, expressing and learning about Aquarius, we are invited to really step into our own originality, our own genius, our own sense of strength. So now with Mercury joining the Sun in Aquarius, our thinking, our mental perception is kind of invited by the Aquarian nature. So we will feel more spunky, we will have sun insights and ideas, things are ready to change. So I think that's all supporting the energy with the Sun in Aquarius there already. Also, we will have the Moon this week traveling through the sign of Gemini, Cancer, Leo and Virgo. So I will cover that more in my daily overview, just to give you that 1 minute I do on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, this 1 minute attunement every day to be able to surf the waves, the celestial waves in a better way. So Mars, Uranus and Venus are still in Aries, the sign of the warrior, the sign of fire and spunk, and so we have quite a strong combination here of forces in the coming week. So, and then Friday we have a lunar eclipse in Leo. Alison, hi. Thanks for joining. So the lunar eclipse, or the eclipses in general, are kind of a big deal. So I made a whole video about that, and if you're interested, or if you have any planets in Leo, that would be a good thing to listen to that. But I want to touch onto it a little bit here today. So the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse we can think about like new upboots. So if your computer is not working right and you shut it down, sometimes it rightens itself. So I think about solar eclipses and lunar eclipses in the same way, that it's a new start on the circle, going to the next level of the spiral. So the solar eclipses are upbooting into a new level of understanding, of consciousness, and the lunar eclipses are a boot up in our emotional world, in our emotional filter, and our emotions holding a lot of our consciousness, just unconscious. So I always like to think about it like the wave in the ocean. Each one of us is a wave in the ocean. So the lunar eclipse reaches into the belly of the wave, the 50%, which is usually unconscious, where we hold our early childhood memories and past life memories and drives and instincts. So where was I going with this? Well, I lost my train of thoughts here. Anyway, with the lunar eclipse, there is an update happening in the belly of the wave. So it's very strong. Some astrologers say it's impactful for half a year. I haven't been able to verify that for myself, but I just put it out. So investigate, see how strongly you feel it. And with the lunar eclipse happening in Leo, again it's fire, again it's passion, it's self-expression, it's being on the stage of life, taking charge, being a leader, doing something about the state of the world. So, Sun in Aquarius, lunar eclipse in the opposing sign of Leo. So the whole axis between Aquarius, I've already talked a little bit about, and Leo is activated. So what both have in common, and where they kind of meet in the middle, is they're both signs of individual power, of individuality, of creativity. Especially Leo we think of as being the creative one, the expressive one. Could be artistic creativity, but it's also creative to create a business or a product you can sell out there. So creativity is in Leo is really to take the gifts you have and bring them to the world, and trust that if you have something of value to give, that you will be received, because that's kind of a weak spot for Leo. It's kind of challenging sometimes to share from your inner heart, and like if you're a poet and the first time you read your poem to the crowd, it's very, very anxiety causing, maybe even to step on the podium and to share from the inside out like that. So So all that is kind of on the table. And let me get I always forget my little clock here, so I'm not talking too long, taking too much of your time. So anyway, the Leo energy is where that new start, that reboot is happening. So it's really up to you, especially if you have any kind of planet, ascendant, or moon very strongly in the sign of Leo, then you're really called to a new self-expression around your creativity, around what you have to bring, your unique gifts to the world. So I think that's really a wonderful thing for all of us. And it's happening, I think it was happening around 22 degrees or something. So, no, 15 degrees. So whatever planets you might have around those degrees, in, let's say, in the middle of any kind of sign, you will feel this lunar eclipse especially strong. So yeah, I mean, give me feedback. Let me know how you experience this after it's over, and we can all learn and grow together. So I want you to really contemplate this week, what is your passion about? What are those inner gifts, those unique gifts you have? And how can you really shine with those gifts into the world? And yeah, it's exciting and maybe even scary to do that, but that's what's up, to really trust that inner guidance and to step out into life and shine your light. I wanted to talk a little bit about something else. So meditation on peace. So with all the Arian and Aquarius and fiery energies with Leo we are facing this week, the question is always, and I really like to talk about that, what's our personal PowerPoint? How can we change the world for the better? So I remember that, I think it was Tony Robbins who talked about this project they did. I think it was in Washington a few years back. They had 4,000 meditators come to the city for 4 weeks and had them meditating, I think half an hour a day. And then they would compare the rate of criminal actions before and in comparison to other years in that summer to the 4 weeks when the people were meditating. And this is where I get really excited. The crime rate dropped dramatically. I think it was something about 30% or so. So even people were just sitting on their butt and meditating. Obviously that reaches into the world of manifestation and it can make a difference. So with all the frustrations and all the angst I feel in the morphogenetic field, and I hear back from my clients, this is really your PowerPoint. If you calm down, if you center into the zone, if you connect with the ocean consciousness where all the waves are based in, you feed back into the morphogenetic field, you feel back, you fuel back into all that is, and with that we can make a difference. We can bring peace and love and kindness to the world. And that's part of what my mission is, to help us all as an individual to thrive and be self-empowered and feel good about our role in the world. So if you watching these kind of spiritually oriented astrology videos, I'm sure you are interested in that, and you might have even signed up as a soul to come at this time to make this transition. So you might have heard about the Kali Yoga, the bigger time cycles we're going through. And according to that old Indian wisdom system, we are at the end of the dark ages. So we're not quite there yet in the golden ages, but we're kind of on the brink. So I believe that we spiritual light carriers that we signed up. We wanted to be part. We wanted to help humankind to move over into the light, into the golden age. So meditation and a personal practice and a personal PowerPoint of kindness and love, to bring that to the world, this is really the strongest kind of action we can take. So just wanted to give you some thought there. I hope you can implement some of that, because it's really always about how can we balance our own self, how we can be in the heart, in that place of loving kindness. So I hope you will play around with that in the coming week. A stone which might help you, I have talked about for the lunar eclipse about the ruby, so we have talked about that before. Today I want to throw in another one, which you can see it maybe. This is a watermelon tourmaline. It's a slice of a crystal, so that was the end, and then they sliced it up. And this is just a really beautiful piece. So it has a yin and yang quality in the watermelon quality. So inside is the pink tourmaline, outside is the green. So the pink relates to the love frequency of the heart. The green relates to the physical embodiment of that love in the heart. So how beautiful is that? And remember, the heart chakra, whenever we use a stone connected to the heart chakra, what's actually happening, we bring in the heavens, the light, the spiritual energies into the body, into the physical. So the heart is where that alchemical process is happening between the heavens and the earth. And I believe as spiritual light bringers, that's our role. We want to bring in those high energies and manifest and anchor them in the world. So always good to meditate with those stones or just carry them in your energy field. So for meditation, the third eye is always good to lay them on, to feel and get insights about a stone. Or you can go through the colors of the different chakras, and then you know which chakra the stone is connected with. So this one I would put on my heart. And when you meditate with gemstones, it's a very fast and elegant way to shift your energies into a very balanced place, because by definition and the crystal structure these gemstones hold, they're kind of perfectly balanced and harmonized. So when we bring them into our energy field, it will help the energy field to balance. And it's an easy way to meditate and drop deeper. Okay, you guys, if you have some questions, please write them down in the comment box. I will go back and answer questions if they come back in later. Make sure you like and leave me hello. I always like to hear back from you, and it's not like I'm only talking into this empty space. It's always nurturing for me to know that I make a difference with my little forecast here for you. Okay, so if there aren't any new questions, and as I said, you can always leave them later, I would send you off into your weekend and into the week. And I hope to see you during the week and hear from you. So, as we say here in Maui, aloha, which means I'm sharing the breath of life with you. And namaste. I see you around. All the best.